Welcome to the 2021 Bunnings National Youth Touch Championship. We're live from Bruce Pullman Park, and this is the first final of today. Thames Valley versus Bay of Plenty in the under-16 mixed grade. I'm Tony Sprangers. I'm joined by Muzzer Sturt and George Albert Yanka. George, tell us what we can expect from this final today.
Oh, mate, firstly, thank you, and it's greetings to everyone in the touch scene joining us here on the live stream. We're expecting a blinder for the under-16, the young ones developing through the system. We have the top two teams within New Zealand right now, and these are mixed specialists. The Bay of Plenty are known for their specialism in mixed, and also they're taking on the Thames Valley crew, who have been dominant over the last 3 or 4 years, putting all their goods into one team today, so it's going to be a showstopper.
Thank you, Muzzer. Can you run us through some players that we might want to have a look out for today in these teams?
Yeah, so earlier we just went down to catch up with the Valley coaches and the Bay coaches. Number 8, Oli, is a New Zealand 16s representative. If you want to introduce the teams before we talk about that?
Yeah, we'll run through the teams now. So, number 1 for Bay of Plenty, Tamihana Henry Ormsby, Solomon Ballas, Messenger Kinamete, Akuhata, Kiel, Monks, Thripe, Neho, Tahu, Williams, Petero, Mune, Pianga, and Lucas Riweta. Thames Valley, we have Matai Alexander, Tiro, McLean, Tui, Waite, Christensen, Kenny Connor, McCaskill, Makiha, James, Alexander, McKain, Hallam Dill, Bergen, Te Moananui, and Harper Dent. So back to you, Muzz. Tell us some players that we need to watch out for in this game today.
Yeah, so in the Valley we've got the number 8, Oli. He's represented New Zealand 16s. 15, Kurtis. He's also a New Zealand representative. The inside oil from Maya Williams, not being biased or anything, but Max, number 10, he is one of the best players in the country in his eyes. Number 12, Jade, New Zealand 16s representative, and to round it out for the Valley, Jazz, New Zealand 16s representative as well. And in the Bay of Plenty, Darius, sorry if I didn't say your name right, he's a co-captain, and he's also represented New Zealand mixed at some level. But yes, George, I just want to reiterate what you said about the Bay of Plenty. They are dominant in this grade throughout the years.
Yeah, you know it. You've been in the scene there, Muzzer, working with these crews over the time. It's good to see you back here looking at this, and you can give us some insights throughout this commentary about the Bay of Plenty, the history and what we're yet to see in the future. When we look at these team names, there's some whānau names that go back 30 years. I'm not saying I've been here for 30 years, but I recognise some of those names. And if we look to that Bay of Plenty team, standouts for me today, I'll be looking at number 1, Henry Osborne, number 2, Solomon, and number 6, Akuhata. A good tūwharetoa name right there.
2-minute warning here, and we will give a shout out to the refs quick here. We've got Ty McCurdy, Shah Bannister Plumridge, and Michael Buttery will be controlling this first final of today, the under 16 mixed final.
Charlene Bannister there on screen. She's a former Bay of Plenty open mixed player there, George.
Yeah, it's good to see her back in the scene, giving back in the referees. She is one of the top referees in the country in the female range, and she'll be gunning for that number 1 spot today. In regards to her, having her out there on the field, being a mixed specialist herself and a world title champion of the past, she'll know how this game's played, know how these players think, so I think she's the right lady for this game today.
Yeah, for sure, George, and I've got your back on that. She's been part of that title-winning team. Was it 18 in a row that the Bay won, George? So I'm a bit unsure.
I don't know if you can count or not, but there was a lot of titles for the Bay of Plenty over the many years.
So we're awaiting tap-off here. Number 11, Darius Tahu, over the ball as we await the tap-off for the first final of today, the under-16 mixed final between Thames Valley and Bay of Plenty.
Yeah, we talk about the winning the flip of the coin, that type of stuff. It looks like Bay of Plenty may have won it, but these days you get to choose if you get to tap off or choose the second half. And I'll tell you about that later on how important the starting of the second half is.
Thank you for that, George. And we're off here in the first final of today, Thames Valley versus Bay of Plenty.
Great settle pattern there, using the girls back to the boys there in the middle. Got a sweet backdoor play there, and is he going to score? Yes, down the sideline. Is it a touch, George?
We'll have a look. There's some happiness. There's a few high
it's
fives.
Looking good. They're going back to halfway.
Yep, there's the throwback from the female player out there. We didn't catch the number there.
Unfortunately, we're not going to get the replay this time. It was too fast for the cameraman, but I saw a nice sweep play. The speed of Bay of Plenty is already showing and getting the numbers on the outside, drawing in the winger and flicking out to our winger who will yet to get that number, and hopefully we can get that to you soon, Whānau.
Here's the Bunnings warehouse replay there with the sweep back door. The number 8 there, Oli, the man we talked about at the start of the program. Was that number 3? I think it was number 3.
I wouldn't put it past her. Bella's she's been a high performer throughout this tournament. That's the beauty of this Bay of Plenty team. They're all of equal ability in the girls, so they've got good ball distribution, and they're also really strong in the ruck. So good ladies to have on the field.
Well, one set, one touchdown there as Bay of Plenty looked for a second. Good defence there, forcing that turnover, and now Thames Valley's back off driving down the field.
Yeah, big change up in this game. As you see to the scoreboard there, the times are a little bit different now. Throughout the tournament, they've been playing 15-minute halves, so there's going to be a little bit of a change up when it comes to finals time. So if you're used to the hooter going after 15 minutes, you're going to have to dig in another 5 minutes in this big grand final.
Oh, here we go. He's driving through here. Good touch made there on the dummy half. That'll be a turnover now. Bay of Plenty will take it out to the 5. Good defence from both teams to start with.
Georgie, yesterday I saw one of your pre-match interviews with some of the Bay of Plenty teams, and you asked about the drop-off rule. Can you explain, is it 4 or 5? Because most of the Bay of Plenty kids said 5.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because it's going to be all important when it comes to if a draw happens in this game. So basically the new rule is that we're trying out with the FIT rules at this tournament, but let's hold that. I'll come back to that. Number 8 does it once again. Too fast, too furious. Monks cuts through, but great defence there. And with the Bunnings warehouse replay, here he goes. Monks from dummy half, picks up, gets through. The shutter not quite there. Referee's not happy with the onside positioning of the Thames Valley, number 8. Along the trim line, but unfortunately no cookies for the boys today.
Landon Monk's already showing that he's going to be a dangerous player in this game through the middle, isn't he, George?
Yeah, he stepped up to the mark. He's one they go to for a bit of speed play, so expect to hear his name a lot throughout the next 35 minutes. I'll get back to that drop-off scenario. Basically, we talk about the how important it is to win the toss. So you get to choose if you want to tap off in the first half or second half. So why that is important, whoever starts the second half will start the drop-off. And if we get to a drop-off situation, you've got a minute to get organised and you have to put 4 players out there. 2 guys, 2 girls, and it's a battle for 2 minutes. And whoever's leading after 2 minutes is going to win the final. Hey, but if it's still a draw after 2 minutes, it's drop-off, take 1 player off. Next point is the winner.
Nice, and Bay getting low there on the line, but didn't come up with, as George said, the cookies.
Well defended there by Thames Valley. Now look to drive out of the half and get some territory.
Valley working up that sideline. Oh, unfortunately, she was off the mark there. The referee will call that off the mark.
Yeah, when it comes back to the rhythm of the game, Bay of Plenty will be very happy. The Bay of Plenty coach will be happy. There's nice rhythm there. They've been great defence and great sets of 6. Whether they score or not, they're finishing the right end of the payback and they're also having a dab at it. It might not be on the scoreboard, but they've got one there. So great start to Bay of Plenty.
That's it, and they've got good field position here to set their attacks, don't they?
Yeah, turning over inside your half is dangerous with this Bay of Plenty side. Speaking of their coach, she is a New Zealand Open mixed player as well, Georgie.
Yeah, Rauwhiro is one we're looking out for. We know she's a great player, so she has the IQ there, and she's making waves in the coaching scene. So I look forward to seeing her coaching and playing in the near future. She could either be playing with a New Zealand strip or also be coaching. Watch out for that one.
I think she's the player coach for the Bay of Plenty mixed side going to Nationals next week, George. Not next week, the week after, sorry. 6th of March, around that area.
Very good, very good.
Here goes the Valley on the drive. That's a better set from the Valley so far. Oh, he's
through there. He's through there. He's looking for support. Should be a touchdown if the pass has gone backwards.
Oh, great skills there. It's a battle of the eights at the moment. Number 8, Damien McCuskill, is showing his stuff and battling against his opponent, Monks. So he did beautifully to pull out of that touch, and the acceleration after he had stopped to pull out of the touch, it was phenomenal, Tony.
Yeah, it just really shows that Thames Valley still quite a way out from the line there, but it shows they can still be dangerous from a distance there.
Yeah, look at that. As I talked, it was a standing start, and look at the explosive power there, and then the nice little Sunny Bill flick out the right side to put Thames Valley on the board. One apiece.
It's a very stylish finish, that one, but Bay of Plenty now will look to fire directly back. Already on the 5 now with touches to spare. Darius Tahu here. He will look to receive the ball straight back. Was the defender offside? Well, they're going to call that a touchdown there. The defender there is offside, so it was play through, and it's a touchdown. Number 11, Darius Tahu.
Well, apologies, Whānau Ma, in regards to some of the names. Apologies to the family if we got some of the names wrong. We've just been updated with a new sheet here. My knowledge of play is pretty good, but my recall of player names is maybe a little bit to be desired. And there he goes again, a nice little step off the right as we get back into this game. Kurtis Hana, a big frame there, showing his dominance, working in the 3-and-3 play, looking for another sweep around the back door with Rapana. Ooh, just a little bit behind the play, very potent attack.
Oh, we've got a penalty down there, George, and it's come from the sideline.
Almost hear the communication from the referee. Great communication in the midfield and on the sides. So they had no excuse, Bay of Plenty, about being onside or not. The communication from the referee's been outstanding so far.
Full set of touches here for Thames Valley on the 5. A big defensive set here for Bay of Plenty as well, as they'll look to protect their lead.
That'll be a must score here.
Oh, the overlap was on the outside, but good defensive pressure there. Shut that play down. Now Bay of Plenty will look to drive out of that corner.
So what's the word going around, George? How's the new rule, the 7-metre rule? How's that going, George?
Yeah, I tell you what, I know in the Masters, I don't know if they'll be liking it too much. It's hard enough to get 5 metres back. With these young ones, they're loving it. But hey, for the game, in the attacking sense, it's beautiful. There's a lot more agility being displayed. You've got to work a lot harder. The speed is on show, and it's about attack now. So you'll see a lot more touchdowns.
Yeah, more space, and shows these great attackers that we have in this game. More space, more room. It's going to make for a better and more exciting game.
Yeah, and it's clarity now. So the referees have been doing 7s, 10s, and even 12 metres to get on side, because the rule used to be a minimum of 5 metres, where now it's clear at 7. So coaches can sort of plan for that. And when you see a line that's clearly dotted, that's how far you have to get back.
It just really shows the level of fitness that these players have, doesn't it?
We're talking about fitness. We need the fitness for the referees now. They have to run twice as hard every time, an extra 2 metres on every run back. Mate, it's a lot of work.
Georgie just spoke about the Masters. He's actually representing the Bay for the first time in a while, and he's moaning because he's got to go back 7. But we've scooped through here, the Bay. And it's gone to ground there in the corner.
Scoop through there. Just unfortunate to with the handling error in the corner. Bay of Plenty still lead 2-1. Oh, good hands there from Thames Valley. The pass is out in front.
Oh, and he's dropped it. He's dropped it there. He's gone into the set with a good pressure from the Bay of Plenty, and he's dropped it.
Yeah, it has been great pressure from Bay of Plenty, which has put a lot and putting Thames Valley under the pump. It's not the start they've wanted, but look at the scoreline. It's only 2-1, and it hasn't been the performance Thames Valley are used to, but they're still right in the hunt here.
Yeah, for sure. Quickie play there. I think it was a forward pass. I saw that from here. So, yep, the referee's called a forward pass there.
Yeah, well, what I like to congratulate there is a young Kurtis McKain getting back on side, even if it wasn't forward, how he pumped back so fast and managed to lift off the line. So when a diver has to go for a dive, he has to get through him. He's not sitting back on his heels there and waiting for the try to go through him. Here we go. Thames Valley.
Looking dangerous again there on the scoop, just not connecting with that final pass. But the potential is definitely there in that Thames Valley team. They are still looking dangerous. And as you've said, George, the scoreline is only 2-1. Strong run there through the middle, looked like very close to breaking right through the line there.
Yeah, Pizzarel's been strong for his yards throughout the midfield in the transition zone, setting up good platforms throughout the 3 days. Here we go, the late wrappers coming on.
Fresh legs on the field here for Bay of Plenty, and I'll look to set up a play here.
Beautiful short ball. Oh, no, 6 touches there from the Bay of Plenty. They've been completing their sets of 6 very well, the Bay of Plenty, which is a positive sign for them.
Yeah, and that was a good example of the flair and the skill and the ability of the ladies in the Bay of Plenty, and that usually sets them apart from a lot of other provinces. And it was good to see number 9, Kiana Thrupp, showing her skills on display there in the middle.
First update on the scoreboard, the 16 mixed final, folks, between Thames Valley and Bay of Plenty is still 2.
The Valley are driving straight down the middle here. They're going to set up for a scoop play here. Can he?
There he goes. He just needs to link up here, and it's a touchdown. Oh,
very close. Just that final pass when they're getting into the end zone has been letting them down.
I have to say, soon enough, these final passes should be sticking.
There's no dew on the ground out there. It's a beautiful day here in Tamaki Makaurau.
Yeah, a little bit of slight breeze from your left to your right on your screen. So favourable for the Bay of Plenty in the first half. Then it'll switch around, but hey, who knows? The wind switches around sometimes in these places, especially if you're in Cape Town and Wellington.
Just about to say, we're not in Wellington, George.
Penalty here to Bay of Plenty, a fresh set of touches. 3.5 minutes left here in this first half. It's a great time for Bay of Plenty to touch down here right before half time to extend that lead out to 2.
Bay of Plenty on attack here with a quickie play on the link. They seem to be setting their quickie plays up on the links there, guys.
Yeah, and look at this control here. Williams getting involved, Tiffany. Setting up, was working that 3-2 play for a quickie, a nice little waster. This guy's got very good, soft, delicate feet. Akuhata, we spoke of him before. Expect to see a lot more when it comes to the 5 metre zone. Or, sorry about that, what zone is it? The 7 metre.
Long pass there, there's space on the outside, underneath.
Now, there was probably space outside there, George. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it was a good read by the winger from Thames Valley in the sense she put her body position very well, like gave the indication she was going to run out and then snuck in and sniped that little touch there. Well done, Thames Valley.
Well defended there on the wing. Put the doubt in the mind of the attacker whether he should go underneath or give that final ball.
If that was George, mate, he would have gone for the dive too. Thames Valley driving up again, up the middle again.
Through the middle again here. He just needs to link up and it's a touchdown. That's an easy one in the end.
The man on the moment, that number 8, I'll get the name right this time, Oli Mathis. Apologies to you, my friend. Good to see you back, and we'll be hearing this name many more times throughout the game. Just too fast, too furious. Nice power scoop here. Look at the frame of the man. I talked about how fast he was. Just a nice little offload. Didn't have to do the Sunny Bill this time. And good touchdown. 2 apiece.
2 apiece there. Good connection there. Number 7 and number 8 in that Thames Valley team. We're going to see a lot of that today. Kayne Rapana and Oli Mathis. Now Bay of Plenty now. We're a minute and a half left till half time here. Comes back door. Looking for space on the outside. Well defended.
Seems to be a special play, that backdoor play, George. But I think the Bay are setting that up wrong, and they should be going towards the other female side. No disrespect to the female side, but that's where the plays normally go in the mixed game.
Yeah, well, it's just a reading. Now that might be a sort of like a sequence scenario where they're setting it up to make them overcompensate that way. It may be coming later on. We're yet to know. These coaches always have a few things up their sleeve, just like the monk. Mr. Landon Monks landing a goodie. Another one. So it's the showdown between the 8s, my friends.
That's it. And they seem to be putting on a show for the crowd here on the special day of Valentine's Day. I hope you did something for your partners, boys.
Well, that's an absolute Valentine's gift there, isn't it, for Landon Monks. Perfect time to score as well, right before half-time. Plenty of space there through the middle.
They seem to be bringing that the player scooping on the outside and feeding it back on the inside quite a bit. I've been watching on the live streams over the weekend, George.
Yeah, and you've got to be solid and connected with your defence. Earlier on, you saw Thames Valley working nice, good corner shuts. That time a little bit loose on that occasion and just slipping in there.
Nice.
10 seconds left in this half. 1 touch remaining. They'll have time for one more play before half-time. And there is the Huda final play here. They'll look to step back to an aggressive touch there, but just a desperation to get that play killed before the half-time, wasn't it?
And great sportsmanship there too, picking him up, saying, sorry mate, didn't mean to do that.
That's it. That's what we want to see. Bay of Plenty 3, Thames Valley 2 at half-time. Well contested first half. Guys, what's our thoughts there on what to expect in the second half?
I'll start off by summarising this first half, and if we look at Bay of Plenty, it was a solid start, and they are on the front foot throughout this entire first half. With 3-2, they might not be happy with just the 1 point difference. I think Thames Valley probably haven't put on the performance that we're used to seeing from them, but they sort of got it right towards the end. I'll expect to see something different from Thames Valley in the second half. They've got those nerves out of the way, so something more will be coming. In regards to plays, I've liked the plays. We've worked the number 8s that have been doing well. The connection is probably the key one there. We can micro skill it, but firstly and foremost, the connection for Thames Valley needs to come right in the second half.
It's just a matter of, George, of those final passes sticking, isn't it? The opportunities are being created, the space is being created, there's a lot of scooping going straight through the middle. It's just that final pass connecting. I'm thinking that second half there's going to be those final opportunities are going to be closed out, and we're going to see more touchdowns and just a bit more accuracy on the end there of some really good existing play.
Yeah, very good call there, Tony. And in regards to the coaching staff, they've got good coaches, and we know these teams have got a lot in their back pocket. So when it comes to the playbook, it's not 1 or 2 moves they have. They've got about 10, and they're all proficient in all of them. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of those plays. Even though those scoops are working, there'll be a lot more accuracy when it comes down to the 5 metre in the second half.
If you were the coach for Thames Valley, let's say, since we're looking at Huddle, what do you think they'll be saying right now, the coaches?
If I was Steve right now, I'll be happy with his troops. I'll say, hey, it's not the best start that we've had. I know we can do better, but we're right in this game. It's only 1 point different, and it's not the performance that we're used to seeing from Thames Valley. So expect a lot more. He just gets them back in, and I said connection is the word, and I expect to see a lot more in the second half. Yeah,
there's a really feel about this that it's 3-2, but it essentially feels like 0-0, doesn't it, at this stage?
I looked at it and where did the time go, Muzza? It was I'm here talking and then looked up and it's like 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, we were talking about at the start, you've got to play for that extra few minutes in this game. But just like to talk about the Bay with their huddle. It was very short and sweet. They got their message out very fast, and obviously they know what they have to do to win this final. But Thames Valley ain't going to lie down and just let Bay of Plenty walk all over them. So let's go.
Yeah, and if we put it down to one word for the Bay of Plenty, it's probably finishing. Just finish off those that have a lot more opportunities, and if they can finish those, then they'll be winning this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're looking to tap off here in the second half. Thames Valley will have first position.
So the Valley here on the drive straight up the field there, using their female as the picker-upper, as the dummy half, as we call it in the touch world. I really enjoy that, using their females quite a bit, this Thames Valley side.
Really good overall team play there, and they're right down to the 5 immediately here. Now looking for a strike play here on the 4th. Oh, good hole there, run. And it just depends if the pass is forward or not.
Yep, the referee has called a forward pass there. Unfortunately, it looked like he was trying to catch the pass as it left his hand, but a very good chop line there from the winger.
Yeah, the work off the ball was great there, just that final pass, and I mean, there's that wind again that just makes it difficult for those longer passes, but the play was set up perfectly, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the thing that's identifying is it off the ruck or was it the last pass, and the referees are seeing all that ball work off the ruck, so expect to see a lot of penalties, people not getting away with that forward step in the finals. We've got the best in the game here, so the dumpers are usually splitting forward, so sometimes those passes are forward during the game, but these referees are on the ball and they'll be pulling those ones up today.
Speaking of the referees, George, how have they found the new rule changes this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's a bit harder on the body in the sense it's working on higher on the upper legs, like hamstrings and so forth, that I've been informed. So usually it's down on the calf work rate. So overall, they're enjoying it.
Long pass there from Oli Mathis looking for the winger. Just held up in the wind there again. It's going to be hard to score off those longer passes towards the wing, I think, today. Opportunities want to come closer to the middle. But now I've got a bit of interplay here on the Bay of Plenty wing as they advance down the field. Good field position now with plenty of touches left. They want to work it towards the middle here to set up a play.
Yeah, it was good to see that little sneaky run down the sideline there. It was one that we only used to see with the young counties team under Wade Brunston. Everyone's taken a leaf out of his playbook. I'm seeing it with a lot of teams these days. It looks like you're going to sub, so you leave the winger alone, but then he sneaks up the sideline. But well defended by Thames Valley.
Nothing better than some sneaky yards down the wing. Easy yards. As Thames Valley look to do the same. Fresh legs on the pitch now. Number 11 for Thames Valley with the ball, Callum McKain.
Their go forward is very strong with these young boys, but it's just that final bit in that area that they need to be down, and where you score tries, you get them on the front foot ball.
Yeah, you're right there, Matai. You can see he's frustrated there from that handling error, because that momentum that they have for that drive is so strong. A great platform for him to scoop through, but next time I think he's just that extra accuracy and he'll be away.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And the Bay back to their tactics, going straight up or going sideways there. Someone needs to drive very hard here for them to get on the front foot. Fifth and final, the referee signalled.
Yeah, there's a nice direct final touch there, putting him on the front foot, but equally answered by Thames Valley, were just having one person up and the rest back in the pocket, so there was no scoop on. What I like in this game so far is the referee's doing an outstanding job,
all the way.
An outstanding job of getting that ball to hand.
And he's called the touch there. Well done.
Well defended there on the scramble. It seemed for all money there he was away with that intercept.
Well, it should have been a try. Kurtis Hana, I don't know how he did it, but he managed to get back, dive in there and stop that touchdown. And just like that, as from defence to attack, in a matter of split seconds, 2 touches on the 7-metre line.
Well, absolute try saver that one, and in the final that's a golden play there. So Bay Plenty now on the attack, back inside.
Oh, brilliant play there. Oh, we got a touch.
Wow!
Looked to me like she was in there, but again, great, well defended.
I spoke of it before. These ladies in Bay of Plenty, there is something in the water there. It's good to see Williams doing that little dart on the inside. As we saw, it looked like a try from our area.
It sure did.
Well, Georgie, mate, you'll be drinking the water from the Bay come Nationals down in Christchurch, mate. So who knows what you're going to be doing?
Well, a crucial defensive set here for Thames Valley.
Yeah, I thought he might have left a little bit early to manage to get that quickie, so I think the referees identified that, leaving early. Bay of Plenty with a fresh set of 6. Here goes that man.
Your man.
Landon Monks.
Yeah, quickie play there, and then it's onto the wing. There's a space out wide there. And that's going to be given for sure. Number 15 for Bay of Plenty, Bailey Painga. The lead's now 2. Bay of Plenty 4, Thames Valley 2. And here we go with the replay. George, you want to run us through this play?
Yeah, it was just nice play there, and he, looking for the quickie. He goes to straighten up his defenders, which makes the winger think they have to come in to help out. Unfortunately, they didn't need to on that time, and a nice, beautiful pass. Good vision. Great
attacking play. Kept the 2 defenders fixed, didn't he, and then found the wide man.
Here goes Thames Valley hot on attack. They've got down to the 5. Oh, sorry, the 7. It's not the 5 now, but with a wide ball there. They got down there with 2 touches to spare, but didn't get across that the black line there again. But very good field position.
Very good field position. Good platform to attack off there. But I think that long pass is going to be a bit tricky to score off today.
With that wind, yeah.
We've seen most of the touchdowns here come through those holes in the middle, or the drawing the players in for shorter passes, right?
Yeah, for sure, mate. And I really feel you on that one. Here's the Bay again, throwing this wide ball. So the wide ball on this side here would be a lot better. It'll pick up in the wind. But that's what the Bay are trying to do there, yeah.
Yeah, it's that right to left that's going to be okay for the long pass. But on the other side of the pitch, obviously we've seen Thames Valley struggle with that.
Yeah, you talked earlier about players, referees struggling with the 7 metres. The only people I see struggling with the 7 metres is us guys, calling it a 5. So I'm going to put down the challenge. The next person that calls it a 5 is 20 push-ups. Here we go. Thames Valley in the position they like to be, with the ball in hand, with a few touches up their sleeve. 1 to go. Oh, here we go. At number 8.
Oli Mathis here is
a shepherd that will be running in behind the other players there with the signal from the referee.
Yep, he wasn't doing the wiper signal, but yeah, that's just showing that player is obstructing the other player from defending. Bay of Plenty with a fresh set.
Yeah, Plenty look to work it down the wing here. Ahead by 2 now. The next touchdown will be crucial in this game, I feel.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And, it's Bay of Plenty up by 2, so they can't relax, this Bay of Plenty side. So Thames Valley really have to lift here.
Bit of space out the back here, through the middle, inside ball. This should be a touchdown.
And the referee's called it and has said try. Bay of Plenty will go up to 5-2 now.
Number 6 there, Akuhata there with the touchdown. Great play there again, as you say, George. All the players in the Bay of Plenty team, boys and girls, can all contribute in these scenarios.
Oh, there we go. We just see the final touches of Akuhata. We've been seeing it all tournaments. Great to see him on the scoreboard in this grand final. Takes them up by 3 now.
3 now. So Thames Valley really need a reply here off this set, don't they? Close that gap down. Oh, well defended there from Bay of Plenty, just getting in that passing lane.
We were talking about the long ball, and he went short this time, so he must have heard us up here in the commentary box.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with Thames Valley's attack. It's more about Bay of Plenty's defence at the moment. You just saw there the young lady in the channel in a very good position. He went for the pump play to get him behind, but she managed to read it and pull the ball. So it's
space here out wide again. This could be another touchdown for Bay of Plenty on the wing.
Oh, yes, she's Shamin Bannister there will call the try.
And it's given number 10, Kapurangi Neho.
For the Bay of Plenty.
So a good draw and pass here and just fixes this last defender. And that final ball's great there. Absolutely great final ball there from Tiffany Williams.
Yeah, totally. It came down to a couple of good passes there. Solomon drawing in his player, feeding out, and that lady once again, Williams. She is a showstopper.
Boys and girls in this grade, just the ball skills are amazing.
And that's coming from a varsity range of sports: netball, hockey, rugby. It's one of those things now these days. Our kids are all playing a different sport. So after touch, most of these kids will go to netball, rugby, whatever they do, or maybe even open to nationals. Some of these youth players.
Touch given there, and you're right there, Muzz. In our notes here, it says other sports that these players are playing: rugby, league, basketball, volleyball, all at a high level.
Well, it's uncommon if you're excelling at touch, because the skill sets that are involved in with speed, the stamina, the agility, all that type of stuff is transitional to other codes. And with most of our children playing this game, they're always playing 2 codes. Summer, it's touch. Winter, it's a winter code. Could be rugby, basketball, whatever, or it could be 5 games, which some of these kids are doing.
Great touch there on the dive by Thames Valley as they look to hang on. 5.5 minutes left. The deficit is 4. Wouldn't say they're out of it yet, but they wouldn't be wanting to let in another touchdown here. Bit of footwork there from the Goosey, and he's gone through. What is the ref saying? 2 steps, right. And it is another touchdown there. Number 6.
Number 11.
Number 11 there, Darius Tahu.
Yeah, Tahu, beautiful try with the Bunnings warehouse replay. He just holds up, gets the quickie, splits to his right. Yeah, they have to work hard to get onside. Stutters, and look at that on his CV. He's good at rugby, he's good at league, good at volleyball, and at basketball with this beautiful slam dunk. Don't put your shoulder out, young man, but that is slick.
Well, that's he scored off the Goosey there. I almost think you should get 2 points for a Goosey when you score.
2 points for a Goosey, I love it. But he was one of the players that we talked at the top of the program. Darius, New Zealand 16s mixed player, so he's showing his experience out there, leading this Bay of Plenty side around the paddock. There's the battle of the 8s again. Great
defence there from Bay of Plenty, just shutting down the time and space of the key playmakers in that Thames Valley team, not giving them any time to think.
Yeah, they got Mathis' number in the second half. Obviously, the coach has said something about him. The gaps are less there. Whenever he has the ball, there's like 2 or 3 players around him.
Oh, and the referee, so the Bay of Plenty have come off the 7. 7 there. And they haven't made it past halfway, so that's crucial. So the Valley really need to dot down here.
Yeah, if they have any chance to stay in this has got to be now.
Can't take it away from though the Valley. They've got to this final. There's some other teams just watching this at the moment. So this Valley side is, really played some good touch.
Absolutely,
to get here.
We've got the 2 best teams in the grade here in front of us.
In the country, the 2 best sides under 16s mixed. This is great spectacle. see some of these kids in the Opens Nationals in a few years' time, George.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple of them in the Opens Nationals in a few weeks' time. To be honest, I'm glad you said the under-16s team. Whānau, if you're watching, you forget how young these kids are, 15, 14, 13, and even 12 at these events. I haven't seen an 11-year-old yet, but I've seen a lot of 12-year-olds. And, mate, the touch IQ of these young athletes is phenomenal. You'd never see many kids this age doing what they do on the big stage.
And you've got to take your hat off to the coaching staff too, because they put a lot of time and effort. You know, parents have to drive them around and all that sort of things, but the coaching staff really put time and effort to coaching these kids to try and get them into the New Zealand system time.
A bit of a backdoor play here, but yeah, but there's just an error there. So yeah, unfortunate for Thames Valley there. Good defence from Bay of Plenty again. Sorry, Muzz.
No, you're right, mate. Carry on. It was a very good play. But yeah, just talking about the parents and the coaches. You know, they put a lot of time and effort into these sort of tournaments for our youth. So yeah, you got to take your hat off to those people.
Absolutely.
When you get coaches that are like coaching directors, New Zealand players, and that coaching is critical, and for them to play at this level, have a toolkit like they have and the experience they have, you can have all these athletes, but if you don't have a quality coach, that energy and that enthusiasm and their excellence and ability goes nowhere. So I take my hat off to the coaching staff.
So again there, George, we just see that Bay of Plenty didn't make it out of the halfway again. I think they might be tiring here in the second half, you know, resting on their laurels with the 7-2 lead. So yeah, I think they
Thames Valley also fighting strong to the end here, aren't they? A minute and a half left and they're still playing their hearts out. Or there's a chance there. Was it a touch first?
No, we're going to go try here.
We're going to go try back to halfway.
There is the kickback. When you see the kickback, it's a try.
Yeah, worthy of a good touchdown on the Bunnings House replay. Looking to go right, but sneaks out to the left side. Kurtis Hana once again with speed to burn, offloads. That was worthy of a touchdown, bringing Thames Valley on the scoreboard to 3, Bay of Plenty 7.
You have to say they deserve that touchdown, didn't they, Thames Valley? They've worked hard this half.
Yeah, and we just talked about those crucial areas again. Bay of Plenty didn't get out of their half twice in a row there, so well done, the Valley.
Yeah, you can put that touchdown down to good defence, couldn't you? Just restricting the Bay of Plenty's territory, and now repeat sets, but now Bay of Plenty back on the attack, up by 4, with 40 seconds left. Can they get one more before the end of the match?
Yeah, well, Bay of Plenty hot on attack as we send George down to do the half-time interviews, the full-time interviews. He's going down there to catch up with the captains after this game, so we'll catch up with Georgie soon. But Thames Valley here with 20 seconds to go. Let's see if they can score.
Let's see if they can score. Yeah, 15 seconds left here. They'll try to set up one more play, I'd say.
Here's a quick dump, quick drive here. The 15 on the ball again. He's been there. Oh, yep, he's angry there in that last play. But
well, congratulations there. Bay of Plenty won our first final here of the day. It's the under-16 mixed final. It's Bay of Plenty 7, Thames Valley 4. Great performance there by Bay of Plenty, both on attack and defence. But I have to say that Thames Valley really did show a lot of quality. Sorry, 7-3, Bay of Plenty over Thames Valley. Thames Valley really did show a lot of quality in their play as well. Both teams definitely were the two best in the country in this grade, Muzz.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And you know, you got to look at the Valley. Take your hat off to them. They didn't stop. They didn't quit because they were 7-2 down. They kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and then they potentially scored that last try to take it to 3 for them. So, you know, they'll be very proud of their efforts. I mean, Thames Valley is a very small province if we look at it compared to the Bay of Plenty and the Aucklands and the counties. And you know, they're in the final, so I take my hat off to that to the Valley. But yeah, well done to the Bay of Plenty, my home area, the Bay of Plenty. So yeah, take my hat off to those to the players and also the coaching staff there in the Bay of Plenty. But yeah, well done to Thames Valley also.
Right, you are, Muzz. So yeah, first final out of the way now, and the second is going to be, I believe, the 16 girls final.
Nice. Yeah, there's Georgie on the screen trying to catch up with the captain. So we'll just keep talking here for a little while until Georgie looks like he's almost set down there. He's getting some notes. But yeah, we've got the females final coming up next, mate. So yeah, that's something we'll look forward to. But yeah, down to Georgie down there.
Well, what a great day to be here in Papakura, the showdown Day 3 of the Grand Finals, and we just had a showstopper here between Bay of Plenty and Thames Valley. I'm lucky enough to be joined here by the captain, Darius Tahu, who's put on a solid performance. You'll recognise his name throughout the televised coverage. Mate, you'll be feeling amazed with how it all went today, but let's talk about the build-up to get here.
It was hard, you know, and losing the first game against Counties was hard, you know, a lot of nerves. Yeah, I was up there watching that game and it was clinical, mate. You guys had done your homework and you put a solid effort on in the first half and then just kept it coming in the second half. How did that game feel compared to other games in the tournament? More hard. They didn't take it soft on us, eh? So yeah, we had to play to them. And yeah, overall, hard game. But, yeah.
And you pulled out the goodies. Probably the last question I'd like to talk about. Bay of Plenty is recognised for one of the specialists in New Zealand when it comes to mix, with history to burn, with national titles all around. I say it's the women at the end of the day is the difference. How do you feel about your women in your team?
They're good. Yeah, they're good. They can catch.
A man of little words. You guys did a solid performance out there. The people back in the Bay of Plenty area will be very, very proud of you guys. You got anything to say to the people back home?
Love yous all.
There it is, a great win for Bay of Plenty, setting off the stage today with the under-16 mix with a grand total there of so many tries. We couldn't keep count of them, but a beautiful performance. It was good to see you out there. We'll see you soon with the next finals between the 16 girls. Touch, what a game.